Hey y'all, this is Vortex Monologues, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Hard to believe that when I've loaded up a game that's over a decade old by now, but stick with me here. We're going to do a custom Iron Man mode, where if my whole party dies, it's finished, donezo, gotta start over. There's a couple things that we're going to do differently to make this feasible. For instance, I have a mod that turns off friendly fire, except for Shale, I think. Might have to change that later. Because otherwise it's pretty damn difficult to do hard or nightmare difficulty, and that's been the only bottlenecks for me so far when it comes to attempting those difficulties. I also have a lot of mods, but I think only one of them changes any sort of dialogue. And they're not any kind of like cheatsy doodle mods or anything like that. So that takes care of the difficulty, but that's not the only thing. We're gonna do a different origin every time. I'll start off with whatever sort of character I want to make, and then when or if that character dies, we're going to spin a wheel to determine the results of all four categories: sex, race, class, and if it's not locked into one option due to previous choices, origin. I should also mention that none of this is going to be blind. I've played this game multiple times before, but I'm going to do my best to reserve the mystery for any new viewers while still talking about all the extra knowledge that I've gathered over the years. It's like, it really takes you out of the immersion of the story and the world and everything like that if you're constantly talking about things that happen in like later that game or later other games. So without further ado, let's get this shit show on the road. Enjoy equality. Let's be an elven mage. Elf. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scrounging and impoverished living in the slums of human cities. Only the nomadic Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of their old gods as they roam the ancient forests. Welcome nowhere else. Elves can be warriors, rogues, or mages. They also get +2 willpower and +2 magic. So yeah, let's do that, and then we're gonna do mage. Wielding a power as dangerous as it is potent, you know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. You anxiously await your harrowing, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. That's really interesting. Normally people don't use the phrase at all, but usually they use the phrase within and without. Anyway, succeed or be slaughtered by the knights who ward against your kind.
Greetings.
It would be helpful if you looked forward, honey. Thank you. You know what? I really like this. Oh, cool. This is the different eyelash. Yeah. It would be cool if I could finish the sentence. Anyway, I do have some mods downloaded. Some like cosmetic mods and stuff like that. I don't believe I have anything that should really fuck up the vanilla aspect of this, except for the, there's a everybody's bisexual mod, I believe. Or it might just be Morgan. I cannot remember. Hell yeah. Right, let's give her freckles back. There we go. Can I have your freckles without all of the other weathering? That would be really nice. Oh god, it only gets worse from here, folks. Okay, you know what, in comparison, maybe I was complaining too much. Oh, I like that. That's like kind of a nice rose. There we go. What color? In these first few games, it's really important to turn up the intensity all of the way and then fiddle with it. That way you can figure out like what base color you're going with. Because it tends to show up in some scenes more than others. I actually really liked the goth thing. Let's do that. Ooh, wait, yeah. There we go. Let it blend in a little bit more. Let's go no tattoo this go around. Hair. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so I have like a bazillion different hair models installed, so this is gonna take a second. I usually like to let my mages have like super long flowy hair because they do not have to like deal with that hindering them in battle as much. Oh boy, that is very helmet hair. And I don't mean hair that's been affected by a helmet and it's all like wispy and stuff like that. I mean that hair looks like a helmet. You know what? This is actually really cute. I really like this. Let's go with this. Actually, yeah. Gonna go with the same eyebrow color as it already has. That seems like a wise decision. It's great. Let's be like cheerful. Your eyes a little bigger. And what are the colors we have available? I like those. Okay. So we can do that, and then let's go. Yes. I love good woman nose. Just a little bit. Yeah. Beautiful. Are you ready for something nuts? That's not what I meant, actually. I clicked on the wrong thing. Womp. Womp. Or that. It's actually particularly bad like this.
Greetings. I cannot cast it. This weapon does nothing. Greetings. Well, that didn't work.
Like, girl, you need to go back to your plastic surgeon and sue. Ooh. Ouch. Okay, let's go with regular lip size, regular mouth width, a little lower. Let's make the lips, like, slightly smaller. Yeah. Okay, cool. Gonna make your cheeks. That's as full as they get. I'm gonna make them wider. Nope. No, I will not. Cheekbone depth. That's the bitch. Okay, cool. Chin depth. You know what? Let's make the chin a little bit lower. Yeah, and then take in just a little bit of that depth. So the nose sticks out a little bit more. I want her nose to be the main feature of her face. I want people to see her and go, whoa, what a beautiful nose. All right.
Greetings. I have lost concentration. My weapon does nothing.
Gotta get real comfortable with these voices, otherwise you'll end up choosing the wrong one and end up hating it. The whole game.
How do you do? Right, casting. Focus. Not even a scratch? Scoot!
See, like, that's gonna be annoying after a while.
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. Well, this is odd. My weapon is useless. Move aside. Greetings. Ugh, my spell.
You never want to go with violent because they have a line that's very irritating. It's, can I get you a letter so you can climb off my back? In the English, or not English, excuse me. In the human version, there is a very British, that's the English, lady who, like, does it
Charmed.
worse than what I just did. And it's, it became a little bit of a community joke, I think.
I lost the spell. Not working.
Yeah, no.
Greetings. No, it's gone.
Yeah. Sounds good. Let's go. Nope, that rhymes.
Overlooking the dark waters of Lake Calenhad stands the tower fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste
Get used
as
to
she
that
passed
phrase.
down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the dream realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
Are you guys reading this off of cue cards? Because, like, I know all of this. This is definitely just for the audience. Alright, well, okay, so mage, elf, femme, if you didn't gather from all of this. I think I'm gonna play her as a little bit nervous and, like, anxious at first. And then we'll see how it goes from there. After she, like, deals with all of the challenges that are put forth before her. What happens if I cannot defeat the demon?
It will turn you into an abomination, and the Templars will be forced to slay you. This is Lyrium, the very essence of magic, and your gateway into the Fade.
The harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you, and remember the Fade is a realm of dreams.
I look like I'm about to cry.
It, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, First Enchanter. You are ready.
I mean, rude, but thanks for the vote of confidence? Ah, my hand! Ew. Did not like the demon chatter. Did not like that. Alright. Let's look at some codexes. The harrowing. Among apprentices of the Circle, nothing is regarded with more fear than the harrowing. Little is known about this rite of passage, and that alone would be cause for dread, but it is well understood that only those apprentices who pass this trial are ever seen again. They return as full members of Circle of Magi. Of those who fail, nothing is known. Perhaps they are sent away in disgrace. Perhaps they are killed on the spot. I heard one patently ridiculous rumor among the circle at Ravane, which claimed that failed princesses were transformed into pigs, fattened up, and served at dinner to the senior enchanters. But I could find no evidence that the Ravane circle ate any particular quantity of pork. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. Brother Genitivi is a good and a real one. He's a real motherfucker. He's a good guy. Beyond the veil, spirits and demons. It is challenging enough for the casual observer to tell the difference between the Fade and the creatures that live within it, let alone between one type of spirit and another. In truth, there is little that distinguishes them, even for the most astute mages. Since spirits are not physical entities and therefore not restricted to recognizable forms, or even having a form at all, one can never tell for certain what is alive and what is merely part of the scenery. It is therefore advisable for the inexperienced researcher to greet all objects he encounters. That's cute. Typically, we misuse the term spirit to refer only to the benign, or at least malevolent, creatures of the Fade, but in truth, all of the denizens of the realm beyond the veil are spirits, as the Chant of Light notes everything within the Fade is a mimicry of our world. A poor imitation, for the spirits do not remotely understand what they are copying. It is no surprise that much of the Fade appears like a manuscript, translated from Tevinter into Orlesian and back again by drunken initiates. In general, spirits are not complex, or rather, they're not complex as we understand such things. Each one seizes upon a single facet of human experience: rage, hunger, compassion, hope, etc. This one idea comes from their identity. We classify as demons those spirits who identify themselves with darker human emotions and ideas. The most common and weakest form of demon one encounters in the Fade is the rage demon. They are much like perpetually boiling kettles, for they exist only to vent hatred, but rarely have an object to hate. Somewhat above these are the hunger demons, who do little but eat, or attempt to eat everything they encounter, including other demons. This is rarely successful. Then there are sloth demons. These are the first intelligent creatures one typically finds in the Fade. They are dangerous only on those rare occasions that they can be induced to get up and do harm. Desire demons are more clever and far more powerful, using all forms of bribery to induce mortals into their realms: wealth, love, vengeance, whatever lies closest to your heart. The most powerful demons yet encountered are the pride demons, perhaps because they, among all their kind, most resemble men. From Beyond the Veil, Spirits and Demons by Enchanter Mirjamal. Cool. Creepy. Alright. Let's hope we got this. Cool, 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 cool. Just gotta do a little, yeah. I do not yet have a staff, so I literally have to, every one of my attacks has to be a spell attack, or I will just punch the Wraith. Nice.
Quickly, we must fight! Enough!
Someone else thrown to the wolves, as fresh and unprepared as ever. It isn't right that they do this, the Templars. Not to you, me, anyone.
I agree, it's bullshit. But, back to the matter at hand. You're a talking rat.
You think you're really here? In that body? You look like that because you think you do. It's always the same.
You think you look like a rat?
It's not your fault. You're in the same boat I was.
Come on, buddy.
Allow me to welcome you.
Yeah, see, you don't look that bad.
You can call me, well, Mouse.
You know, I don't even know why I'm saying that, because I find rats absolutely adorable. Mice, too. I once had a pet mouse named Darwin, and we found her on the stoop of our apartment in winter, and we were totally unsure whether or not she was going to survive. So we took her in, tried to like nurse her back to health, and she made full recovery. I think she lived like a year. Unfortunately, most pets that are classified as rodents don't really live that long. So, you know, if you ever think about doing such a thing, it's not that long of a commitment. I really recommend, you know, like babysitting somebody's rat to see if you get a feel for the like responsibility and the caretaking, see if that's like up your alley, and go rescue a rat. Go rescue a rat or a mouse. They deserve love too. Let me see. You can change your shape.
Like I said, in this place, you are what you perceive yourself to be. I think I used to be like you. Before. The Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they did to me, I think. I have no body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
How long do I have, actually?
I don't remember. I ran away and I hid. I don't know how long.
I'm sorry that happened to you, buddy. You're dealt rough-handed.
Don't waste time with that talk. You don't want to end up like this. There's
Don't waste
something
time with
here
empathy.
contained, just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade.
But anything could die. I doubt it's as simple as that.
You would be a fool to just attack everything you see. What you face is powerful, cunning. There are others here. Other spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see. I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago, but you may have a way out.
Thanks, bud. Wait, no,
A dangerous spirit is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
So you just mainline mouse form? Okay, I can rock with that. Just gonna do a little save here. The Fade. No. There we go. And just gonna do a quick little... Let me just move some stuff on my desk here. Oopsie daisies. Should have done that before the stream. Or recording. Oops. Let's go.
That is where the test will take place. The creature can be anywhere, but it manifests there.
The creature could be anywhere, but it manifests there. What? Hey, mouse, can you come again on that one? That was, nonsense. Ah! I hate the fact that I can't actually, like, dodge these things despite me moving, but it is magic. Like, that is how magic works. I guess I'm just bitching because Veilguard lets me dodge. which is absolutely crazy, by the way. Crazy that, obviously being facetious on the comparison, but crazy how far everything's come, and crazy, I mean, how much time has passed ever since they originally like released these games. I mean, hell, every time that I open up Dragon Age 2, they're advertising the demo for Mass Effect 3. It feels like a time capsule. Anyway, we're gonna go this direction first, and you'll see why later. Oh, no, 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 no. Do not get into a fist fight with a spirit wolf.
I shall.
Just generally a good idea. There we go.
As you say.
Alrighty. Hell yeah. Getting through this like a
There is
champ.
another spirit here. Not the one hunting you, but still.
You have like a lot of information. How long have you been here? Hey, Sloth. How's it going, bud?
So, you are the mortal being hunted. And the small one, is he to be a snack for me?
I don't like this. He's not going to help us. We should go.
No matter. The demon will get you eventually. And perhaps there will even be scraps left.
Oh, dude, this is like the worst time to have to pee. Be right back. All right. I have gone potty. Let's continue this. Hey, Mouse, what do you know about this demon?
I know that you will fail your test, and he will eat you. Be
Oh, I thought I was
gone.
asking Mouse.
Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. Oh, I tire of you already.
I thought I was asking Mouse, but instead I was asking him about the demon ahead, which makes sense. Excuse me. Jesus. Why are you called Sloth? What are you?
I am a spirit of sloth. Yes, a creature of the Fade. Unlike yourself, mortals are ever the visitors here. Still, you serve your function. Only the mortals like yourself are truly annoying.
Mortals like myself?
You are aware, a mortal with power and will, the sort of creature that some spirits hunger for. I might be inclined for such a meal myself. It would be interesting to see the mortal world through your eyes, live inside your form. But I am disinclined to begin such a struggle.
You know, Felt. Lucky me.
Indeed. Now, what do you want with me?
I need help defeating a demon.
Even if I were willing to help, mortal, what would you have me do? Fight the demon for you? He and I have no quarrel, and I am quite comfortable where I am. Thank you.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why? Most mortals are too attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't think I'd make a very good bear. How would I hide?
I mean, you could help me fight the demon.
It's true.
I am quite powerful in this form when I wish to be.
I welcome the opportunity, if it is my choice. The mages in the tower are quick to volunteer others, as you well know. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear, if you'll teach me.
That's nice. But teaching is so exhausting. Away with you now.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
You can't just suggest something and then change your mind.
I can't. You have so much to learn about the Fade, little mortal.
Fair. Mouse wants to learn. Teach him.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a challenge for your friend. Answer 3 riddles correctly, and I will teach you. Fail, and I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
Wow. You don't... I can't offer you, like, something that has sentimental value, or, like, my firstborn child, or... You just want to eat me? Okay. Let's hope that we get these riddles white. Riddles white? Jesus Christ. Let's hope we get this correct. Yeah, let's do it. I accept your challenge.
Truly? Oh. Well, this gets more and more promising. My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
Seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, and mountains without land. It's gotta be a map.
Correct. Let's move on. The second riddle. I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. What am I?
Ooh, the answers on this is a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna be completely honest. I know all the answers by heart. I've played this game since I was a kid. I'm not gonna be like, ooh, So, yeah, it's gonna be my tongue.
Yes, your witty tongue. Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I?
Annoying Riddler. A dream.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in the Fade, no? But you've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form. Now, listen carefully.
Like this? Am I a bear? It feels heavy.
Close enough. Go then, and defeat your demon, or whatever you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
Wow. Fuck you too, bud. Codex. Ooh. I'm gonna do my best to read all of these. Not gonna be perfect, but throughout all of the different playthroughs, we're definitely gonna get a more comprehensive view of And I looked at the creature, and it had become me, a veritable copy of my form, of my mind. Stared back at me as if from within a mirror. I thought surely that this was a trick, an illusion meant to put me off my guard. But as I engaged with the thing with, excuse me, but as I engaged the thing with my sword, give me a sec, I have to, let's try again. And I looked at the creature, and it had become me, a veritable copy of my form, of my very mind, stared back at me as if from within a mirror. I thought surely that this was a trick, an illusion meant to put me off guard. But as I engaged the thing with my sword, it fought me with maneuvers that I recognized. It parried as I parried, it swung as I swung. It spoke to me and said things only I could know. I think this demon of sloth has no form or identity of its own. It is envy as much as it is sloth, I believe, and mine was not the first shape it stole that day. An excerpt from a transcribed deposition of Tyrannus, Templar commander of Cumberland, 390 Towers. The most difficult assumption for some who study demons is to overcome the notion that a sloth demon is in and of itself slothful. If that were so, it seems very highly unlikely that any such demons would cross the veil into our own world, or once here would fight to possess any creature with a will of its own, and we know both of these things not to be the case. Certainly some demons are lazy and complacent, but who knows, perhaps these creatures even cultivate such a reputation. The truth is that demons of sloth are named so because this is the portion of the human psyche that they feed upon: doubt, apathy, entropy. They seek to spread these things. The sloth demon hides in its forms, a master of shapes and disguises, always in the last place you look, and from its hiding place it spreads its influence. A community afflicted by a demon of sloth would soon become a dilapidated pit, where injustices are allowed to pass without comment, and none of the residents would be aware that such a change has even taken place. The sloth demon weakens, tires, tears at the edge of consciousness, and would much rather render its victim helpless than engage in a true conflict. Such creatures are best faced only with a great deal of will, and only with an eye to piercing their many disguises. Damn, that's spooky as shit. Let's look at the other creature codexes real quick. A great deal is made of the most powerful demons, those that create abominations, and those that have changed the histories of Thedas. It is often forgotten that not all demons are such awe-inspiring beings. Some that break through the cracks in the veil into our world are known as wisps, a sliver of a thought that once was. A wisp is a demon that has lost its power. Either it has existed in our world for too long without finding a true host, or it has been destroyed, often, so we found, by other demons. What remains of its mind clings tightly to the one concept that created it, a hatred of all things living. While its ability to target a living creature is limited, these wisps often mindlessly attack when encountered in the Fade. In the living world, they often have been known to maliciously lure the living into dangerous areas, being mistaken for lanterns or other civilized light sources. This does, however, seem to be the very limit of their cunning. From the journal of former senior enchanter Malleus, once of the Circle of Ravane, declared apostate in 920 Dragon Age. Huh. Interesting. I did not know that. Let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna do that real quick, because that's not related to that, to the story at all. We're gonna go to Wolf. And let me explain something real quick. If you have not absorbed either by watching or through osmosis a lot of the terms in this series. An apostate is a mage that exists outside of the circle of magi. Now, there are mages that are allowed outside the circle of magi because they're held on a tight leash, and they have shown an inclination for not running away, essentially. We're gonna go into my opinion on like apostates and the chantry and all of that kind of stuff, but essentially an apostate is a mage that has no connections to the circle of magi. Not anymore, if they ever did. So wolf. It is rather unfair, the reputation that the wolf possesses in Ferelden. For a people that so clearly adore their hounds, Ferelden simultaneously harbor a distrust of wolves that borders on the unreasonable. Unreasonable, that is, if one were not familiar with the ancient legends regarding werewolves. There was a time in Ferelden's past when demons inhabited the bodies of wolves in great numbers, causing the wars against werewolves and spreading great fear and panic. The werewolves were slain, but even today the noble wolf is still looked upon with distrust. From Legends of Ferelden by Mother Alis? Let's go with Alis of Denerim, 910 Dragon. An attack by wolves upon civilized folk happens rarely, often only in times of desperation, and even then, when the wolves have the advantage of numbers. This can change during a blight. When the Darkspawn rise onto the surface, their presence dramatically alters the savage nature of normal beasts. In blights past, as the corruption of the Darkspawn spread through the wilder areas of Thedas, it would infect the animals found there, and the more powerful of them would survive and be transformed into a more vicious and dangerous beast. A blight wolf is one such example, mad with the pain of its infection, and only through the overriding command of the Darkspawn does it still retain some semblance of its pack instincts. Blight wolves are always found in large groups and will tend to overwhelm a single target if they can, using their numbers to their advantage. It is fortunate that these creatures rarely survive their corruption for very long. Not just fortunate, like fucking merciful, man. Okay, we already did the harrowing. Let's talk about... Ooh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do one more. We're gonna talk about Lyrium, and then we're gonna go talk to that guy. More than half the wealth of Orzammar comes from a single, extremely rare substance, lyrium. Orzammar is a dwarven city underground. We'll go more into that later. The Chantry believes it to be the waters of the Fade, mentioned in the Canticle of Threnodies, the very stuff of creation itself, from whence the Maker fashioned the world. Only a handful of mining caste families hazard extracting the ore, finding veins in the stone quite literally by ear. For in its raw form, lyrium sings, and the discerning can hear the sound even through solid rock. Even though dwarves have a natural resistance, raw lyrium is dangerous for all but the most experienced of the mining caste to handle. Even for dwarves, exposure to the unprocessed mineral can cause deafness or memory loss. For humans and elves, direct contact with lyrium ore produces nausea, blistering of the skin, and dementia. Mages cannot even approach unprocessed lyrium. Doing so is invariably fatal. Wow. Despite its dangerous, lyrium is the single most valuable mineral currently known. In the Tevinter Imperium, it has been known to command a higher price than diamond. The dwarves sell very little of the processed mineral to the surface, giving the greater portion of what they mine to their own smiths, who use it in the forging of all truly superior dwarven weapons and armor. What processed lyrium is sold on the surface goes only to the Chantry, who strictly control the supply. From the Chantry, it is dispensed both to the Templars, who make it use of it in tracking and fighting Maleficarum, apostates, into the circle. In the hands of the circle, lyrium reaches its fullest potential. Their Formari craftsmen transform it into an array of useful items from the practical, such as magically hardened stone for construction, to the legendary silver armor of King Calenhad. When mixed into liquid and ingested, lyrium allows mages to enter the Fade fully aware, unlike all others who reach it only while dreaming. Such potions can also be used to aid in the casting of especially taxing spells, for a short time granting a mage far greater power than he normally wields. Lyrium has its costs, however. Prolonged use becomes addictive, the cravings unbearable. Over time, Templars grow disoriented, incapable of distinguishing memory from present or dream from waking. They frequently become paranoid, as their worst memories and nightmares haunt their waking hours. Mages have additionally been known to suffer physical mutation. The Magister Lords of the Tevinter Imperium were widely reputed to have been so affected by the years of lyrium use that they could not be recognized by their own kin, nor even as creatures that had once been human. Whoa. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivy. It's really interesting that he, really calls out, the way that things are, considering that he is from the Chantry. There are some really good ones that are in the Chantry who, fully believe in, the general mission of their religion and are disgusted by the cruelty that often takes place. And I think that nuance is really cool. There's gonna be something to fight. I knew it. Oh shit! Thank God. Do I have any health potions? I do not. Huh. Shimmering Orb of Light. I've never seen that before. That's interesting. Spirit of Valor.
Another spirit this way.
Another mortal thrown into the flames and left to burn, I see. Your mages have devised a cowardly test. Better you were pitted against each other to prove your mettle with skill, and to be sent unarmed against a demon.
Fight each other? We're not warriors.
They would have you battle a demon. With magic or weapon, to be the victor makes you a warrior still. That you remain means you have not yet defeated your hunter. I wish you a glorious battle to come.
I love this dude. He's like one of my favorite spirits ever. What kind of spirit are you?
I am Valor, a warrior spirit. I hone my weapons in search of the perfect expression of combat.
Did you create all these weapons?
They are brought into being by my will. I understand that in your world, mages are the only ones who can will things into being. Those mortals who cannot must lead such hollow, empty lives.
Would one of these weapons affect the demon?
Without a doubt. In this realm, everything that exists is the expression of a thought. Do you think these blades be steel? The staves be wood? Do you believe they draw blood? A weapon is a single need for battle, and my will makes that need reality. Do you truly desire one of my weapons? I will give one to you, if you agree to duel me first. Valor shall test your mettle, as it should be tested.
Sure, bud. What are the rules?
If I believe you capable of slaying the demon, I will stop the duel and give you the star. If I find you unworthy, I will slay you.
Everybody wants to fucking slay me, dude.
Rules are simple enough to remember, mortal.
Okay, no need to be sassy with me. Alright, fine, I agree.
As you wish, mortal. Do you understand the rules I explained to you?
Yes, I understand.
Our duel begins now. Fight with valor! Enough. Your strength is sufficient to the task. The staff is yours.
Thanks.
May you find glory in all your achievements, mortal.
Just gonna double check that I'm on the correct difficulty. Yep, I am. Okay. That was just, different than my expectations. All right. So, hate to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but we're gonna stop right here. And I'm gonna get to thinking about how I want this particular run to go. I hope to have your support. I hope you have a good day. See you later. Bye.